According to World Economic Forum, in the next 5 years, 85 million jobs will be eliminated by application of AI. But at the same time, 97 million new jobs will be created by the help of the AI. So we have to consider how disruptive it's going to be and how we can actually upskill and reskill those people.
Welcome to the Coursera podcast, where we have conversations with renowned experts and industry leaders to explore global trends impacting the future of education and work. I'm your host, Arunav Sinha, Vice President of Global Communications at Coursera. Today, we are discussing the fourth industrial revolution. What is it, and why should we care? Steam propelled the original industrial revolution, electricity powered the second, automation and machine engineered the third, and intelligent computers are shaping the fourth industrial revolution. Like the revolutions that preceded it, the fourth industrial revolution has the potential to raise global income levels and improve the quality of life for populations around the world. But along the way, almost every industry in every country is being disrupted. To discuss how countries are responding, I'm excited and honored to welcome Fariz Jafarov to the podcast. As Executive Director of the Center for Analysis and Coordination of the Fourth Industrial Revolution in Azerbaijan, Fariz tackles challenges and opportunities presented by the disruption to better prepare the country's workforce for the future. Welcome, Fariz. I'm so delighted to have you on the podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you for invitation. It's a great honor to be here today with you and to talk about the fourth industrial revolution and beyond.
Absolutely. This is an intense topic. We'll try to cover as much ground possible. I know you have been doing some incredible and highly innovative work that is inspiring countries globally. But let me start with the basic. There is no question that the fourth industrial revolution is changing the way we live and work, from the Internet of Things, robotics, and of course, artificial intelligence. We are living through the time of major technological disruption. Can you describe how you have seen this revolution affect your country?
Actually, fourth industrial revolution, as you know, there are several components of it: artificial intelligence, virtual reality, robotics, and even advanced manufacturing. We are talking about the speed of internet, social media, even on our daily basis, the taxi we order, the movies that we watch, everything is like the components of fourth industrial revolution. And I don't even talk about the drones used extensively in agriculture, digital twin projects as urban transformation and urban development, even sensors where sent millions of data from our phones, from our watches, and everything that about ourselves and about different components of the city and smart city. So basically, in our country at the moment, we are living as a part of the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution at the moment, it's a kind of convergence of three different domains. One of them is biological, the second is physical, and the third is digital environment. So now all these three dimensions are interrelated to each other, including autonomous vehicles applied in the country. We have talking about AI application in call centers. We have using precise agriculture projects in different fields. We have AI application even in wrestling, helping our wrestlers how they can actually participate more effectively and efficiently in Olympic Games. We have applied different data analytics tools in order to understand what's happening in public services, how people use the public service. We understand in healthcare the information about diagnosis of our citizens and more other fields like fourth industrial revolution components are effectively applied. Even there are some robotics in manufacturing in order to produce cars and machineries and even produce dairy products. So extensively, fourth industrial revolution are applied. And if we come to the life of the citizens, so basically people every day use the social media, they order their food through online platforms, they order their clothes and everything online through e-commerce. They use electric vehicles to go from one point to another point, and they have some scooters. I mean, actually, fourth industrial revolution at the moment it became very close part of people's life, not only in Azerbaijan but globally.
Absolutely. It has a sweeping impact on every aspect of our life. In fact, Azerbaijan joined the World Economic Forum's Fourth Industrial Revolution Network and created the center that you lead. As executive director, can you share center's high level goals?
Fourth Industrial Revolution, as a jargon, it was used by the Professor Klaus Schwab in 2016, and it became very famous. And after that time, World Economic Forum decided to create Fourth Industrial Revolution Center, and they started from San Francisco, then extended to Japan. And in 2020, the president of Azerbaijan, Mr. Ilham Aliyev, he signed the protocol with the president of the World Economic Forum, Borge Brende, in Davos in 2020 to establish Fourth Industrial Revolution Center in Azerbaijan. I might say that Azerbaijan is the first country ever who established a special public entity which is doing analysis and coordination of Fourth Industrial Revolution. So the center that I'm executive director at the moment. Its name is the Center for Analysis and Coordination of Fourth Industrial Revolution under the Ministry of Economy, and it hosts World Economic Forum's Fourth Industrial Revolution Center in Azerbaijan. So at the moment, there are 19 such centers in the world. From the sunrise to the sunset, all countries are covered. And each countries, they are working in different direction. And we are working with World Economic Forum closely in artificial intelligence, digital economy, digital trade, and IoTs in city development and smart cities. And there are some other countries who are closely working with World Economic Forum in terms of energy transition, biochemics, biodiversity, agriculture, IoTs for SMEs, and there are several other directions. So basically, we are very closely working with these organizations. And at the moment, we have several ongoing projects with World Economic Forum. Since this year is going to be COP29 in Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan hosts such kind of big event in the country, we are trying to focus on AI in energy transition, sustainability, green tech and clean tech projects, and closely working with World Economic Forum, because World Economic Forum, it has over 1,000 different organizations in its network, and hundreds and 1,000 other experts from different organizations in the field. And our center is a part of World Economic Forum's AI Governance Alliance. There are over 400 experts, and Andrew NG, as a part of the Coursera, he is also part of this expert group, and myself, I am participating there. We discuss the AI application in different fields, ethical part of AI sustainability and resilience. And at the moment, we are preparing some white papers and some procedures and regulative fundamentals for the other countries. And every year during the Davos Forum, such kind of papers are released. So far, we had 12 events and 27 projects and initiatives realized by World Economic Forum. Recently, we finished one of the white paper in cooperation with World Economic Forum, the think investment in digital economy in Azerbaijan. It's a special recommendations. Over 100 IT companies were interviewed by World Economic Forum, and they were asked several questions. And based on these questions, they have prepared some such kind of paper. We have applied Smart Industry Readiness Index in cooperation with World Economic Forum in two big organizations in Azerbaijan to understand the gaps in digital development in these organizations based on 16 different KPIs. And we have helped polymer and gold mining company in the country in order to write their digital development roadmap. We have projects, AI procurement. So it's a big question in front of everyone that when I purchase AI, how I can measure that whether it is a real AI or not. So by World Economic Forum, they have prepared such kind of toolkit. We have translated it into Azerbaijani language, and we hold a big event last year and introduced it to private and public sector to create the awareness project. And there are several other cooperation, and also with other 18 centers we are working closely we are trying to bring their know-hows to Azerbaijan. For example, AI application in India in agriculture, biodiversity and biotechnologies in Serbia, drones in different countries. So we are trying to use their use cases and trying to find the stakeholders and partners in Azerbaijan, and we are trying to link them that how they can actually use. There is strategic intelligence program by World Economic Forum where you can actually find a lot of information about each and different topics. So we have linked it with our universities In cooperation with World Economic Forum, we have created several communities on AI, GovTech, at the same time IoTs, and we are collecting multidisciplinary stakeholders from different fields in Azerbaijan, and we are discussing some topics and problems and finding out the solutions. And at the end, we are giving such kind of solution as a proposal to the government and private sector.
In fact, you talked about the linkages with the university and how you're making sure that it's just not a industrial cooperation, it's industrial and academia collaboration as well, and both feeding into each other. So let's zoom a little bit on jobs and how quickly did it become apparent that the new approach is required to have some alignment with workforce training and so that it can keep up with the labor market demands. And what changes did you bring and what initiatives that you started to map your talent to the direction of the fourth industrial revolution and various other dimensions that you explored and described just now?
Actually, global economic realities, it's changing, and the world is, in terms of technology, is changing vastly. And such kind of change actually requires a country's long-term development vector. And of our main pathways, so socio-economic development and corresponding national priorities. Therefore, Azerbaijan has created its national priorities of socio-economic development. We call it Azerbaijan 2030 vision. And under this vision, we have five directions. One of them is a steadily growing competitive economy, dynamic and inclusive society based on social justice, areas of modern innovations and competitive human capital, and the great return to the territories liberated from occupation, and a clean environment and country of green growth. So basically, education is one of the main aspects of the 21st century, and Azerbaijan is trying to align with these changes. Therefore, ever increasing competition in the world and long term development of the economy must rely on a modern and strong educational system. Therefore, while education, it's vital that we steadily increase the share of human capital participation in national wealth. In the current strategic period, special importance should be given to the lifelong learning based on the harmonious development of competencies, social skills, and abilities. So basically, people's access to the quality education must be expanded, and training of personnel needs to be adapted to the requirements of the labor market. And as per measures to develop the vocational training system, it's necessary to prepare specialists for international certification. So basically, fourth industrial revolution, it requires a lot of skill sets, and we need to upskill and reskill Azerbaijani citizens, get aligned with all these changes happening. Because according to World Economic Forum, in the next 5 years, 85 million jobs will be eliminated by application of AI. But at the same time, 97 million new jobs will be created by the help of the AI. So basically, we have to consider such changes that how disruptive it's going to be in the labor market, what kind of specialities will be eliminated, and how we can actually upskill and reskill those people to be aligned with the new realms and new opportunities in the market. Therefore, we have created a digital economy strategy for the country for the next 7 years, established it already. It's a process by discussions with different government agencies. There are three main pillars actually of this strategy. One of them is business, society, and the government. Therefore, the society part not only stand alone, but in the business and the government also there is skills that we need to upskill and reskill. Therefore, we have several projects, and basically, online educational program are very vital for us in order to access more people, not only in the city capital, but in rural areas and remote areas as well, and to be more inclusive as possible, and to create the right for every Azerbaijani citizens to get access very qualitative programs and trainings.
In fact, that was my next question, and it's a great segue into that. The past fall, you were instrumental, and you told me that you were one of the early users of Coursera, and thank you for doing that. People like you are champions of lifelong learning in many ways, and emblematic of how the world and where the world is going to move is where people have to learn all the time. So you were instrumental in developing a partnership between Coursera and the center to create what we call the 4IR Academy, 4 Industrial Revolution Academy. This programs gives Azerbaijanis free access to hundreds of Coursera courses that will improve their skills in technologies like machine learning, blockchain, cloud computing, many that you just talked about. Can you talk about how the program was received and how the program has progressed over the past 6 months?
Actually, I've been using Coursera since its beginning, and I was promoting Coursera in different fields, and it's a very great platform to get access to thousands of videos and hundreds of universities and companies are providing very knowledge and experience. We started last year in cooperation with Coursera. Actually, our minister he met the president of Coursera during the Davos time, Davos forum, and the project started from there. And we signed a contract with Coursera to have 800 courses and in AI, fourth industrial revolution, digital economy, and soft skills and some other areas. All total 800 different videos. And in August last year, we launched the program that we are actually opened free of charge for Azerbaijani citizens. Anyone can apply, and we gathered 10,000 applications. And 51% females, 49% males applied for this program. And average age is 28. And 10,000 people starting from last year September, and it is still ongoing project, and we will end in September this year. In each 6 weeks, we are giving license to next 1,000 persons. So basically, through that time, so far 6,000 people have already finished their program, and over 2,200 certificates have been obtained. So even we have received a lot of calls and emails, and like about that a lot of people they want to join this program and when the new one will start, etc. Therefore, Azerbaijani government decided to extend this program this year again for next year, next 1 year, and it's going to cover not 10,000 people, but it will cover 200,000 people this time, and it will cover all 8,000 courses available on Coursera. And with our agreement with Coursera, all videos will be translated into Azerbaijani language with dubbing and subtitle. That will give a great chance to cover every people. So at the beginning, the first project, it was only courses in English, basically courses provided by different universities, top level universities, and some organizations like Google, Meta, Amazon, and some others. And we will also have under Fourth Industrial Revolution Academy several other designated academies as well. Academy for teachers, academy for sustainability. We will have a COP29 academy, which will cover everything about sustainability, green tech, and how to save the world, environment, etc. We will have some academy for innovation, startups, and SMEs. We also want to have some program for business sector. So basically, based on different skill sets, we are going to design the special academies under these and to give access for those people actually to use it. A lot of people shared their feedbacks on LinkedIn, on Facebook after finishing the program. We have now analyzing those people who actually got this program access. So how it affected and impacted their life. A lot of people, they changed their job to the better salary, to better work. Some people actually obtained a new job, unemployed people. There are a lot of students. They also gained a nice and broad knowledge. And this year we are planning also to link those Azerbaijanis actually using Coursera with their consent to give their performance information to the employers where they can easily invite them and interview them for some job. So it will actually basically will positively impact the employment in the country as well.
I can tell you, Fariz, and I talk to a lot of people around the world. I just came from Japan and Korea. But what you are setting is a blueprint for many countries. Means you are just not looking at giving access, you're trying to give access in the language aligned to specific job roles, high demand categories, and then trying to link them with jobs. Means absolutely the full spectrum. I think it's fascinating.
And at the moment, people are learning like some courses, AI by Andrew Ng. It's very famous at the moment for beginners, that what is AI and how they can actually apply AI in different fields. And some people learn about data and data management. Some people learn about Excel skills. There are a group of people who is learning some business and entrepreneurship courses. So it is like very broad. And at the same time, we created a special badge with Coursera that we have chosen two or three main courses that we want our citizens actually get these courses. And if they get two or three based on the requirement that we give, they get special blue badge, and they can share it on their CV, on their LinkedIn account, which shows that they finished digital transformation program, which consists of two or three. And in the future, we also want to analyze the skill set that we need in the economy at the moment or the future. And we will actually design courses and lead people to that direction, that we actually want them to upskill and reskill themselves in order to kind of cover the gap in the economy, in the labor market, not only for today but next 2 3 4 years. And we have specifically covered in our digital economy strategy. So digital economy strategy, basically it has a lot of upskill and reskill programs for the people. We are planning to reimburse all money that people invested in their international certification. That if they get any certificate from project management, from cybersecurity, from AI, minute like in different field, in a short period of time, we are trying to cover people's investment in their education and to have a lot of international expertise in the country. We have 62 initiatives in this digital economy strategy. It has three main directions, and we have nine main flagship projects, which one of them is about creating generative AI in Azerbaijani language with large language models. We have a next generation technology center where we want to have a test bed of manufacturing with application of fourth industrial revolution technologies in order to showcase for different SMEs in the same field to learn that how digital technologies can help them to increase their productivity, efficiency, and how they can actually follow the blueprints in order to have the digital transformation. So that center will also have some trainings. It will give access for some startups to apply their projects on the real testbeds to understand that how actually they can give their hard or soft products for the government or for the businesses. We will have digital twin project. So we want to have a digital twin of the country in order to be able to see on a real time what's happening in traffic, what's happening in energy consumption, what's happening in shopping centers, etc. Our vision for the future is to have all this data available in order to calculate the budget of the country in a couple of seconds. For example, through digital twin, we want to choose one area and to say that we want to build a city with 10,000 people living in this area. And the system can tell us in a couple of seconds how many hospitals, how many schools, how many supermarkets, how many markets, and how many kilometers of roads or traffic lights must be there in order to have 10,000 people living in a good shape. And it might tell us with all calculations and budgeting for it, since it will have access to the real market prices. So that will change totally the way that how the governments actually prepare the budgeting, how the governments prepare their strategies, and how governments make the decisions. So basically, the digital twin project will help us to make decisions fast, and data-driven government approach will be everywhere. And other projects as a part of the digital economy strategy to help SMEs, to give them grants and low interest loans in order they can go through digital transformation, to give them access to fourth industrial revolution technologies, cloud, to change them, to change their skills, to change their infrastructure, to give them high-speed internet, etc., in order to have the digital economy available in the country in every upcoming years.
Very impressive. In a way, it is like a true generative intelligence. You are even looking at generating new cities using artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
So in many ways, which is incredible, stunning. What you're doing is clearly, as I said, is super impressive. Do you think these methods and ideas could be applicable to workforce development programs in other parts of the world? Are other countries also trying to learn from your model?
Yes, of course. We are using all platforms and we are sharing about our cooperation with Coursera. And actually, everyone gives such kind of feedback that this is magnificent. This is a great project and what you do. And because Coursera, it has a lot of good sites. For example, if you have a mobile application and you have downloaded the videos and courses, and if you don't have internet afterwards, still you can use it. So this is good for rural areas, for remote areas, and that so those people who doesn't have access to internet, they can also utilize it. And the courses are available, are provided by well-known universities and well-known organizations, which is also good that at the moment, a lot of fake information, fake courses available on different platforms. So we have actually give the access to the genuine information. So real time and necessary knowledge and institutional experience from different organizations to the people. It can easily applied in different directions and for unemployment. So they might be designed in a way that what kind of skills do you want to provide for unemployed people after using these courses, they can actually find a job. This is also a good part of Coursera. Or you want to upskill or reskill people, even for turning mothers from maternity leave, a good chance for them 24 and 7 to get access to such kind of platform and to learn where they are actually they have time and it is convenient for them. So basically, as I know that even a lot of countries in Central Asia, in Europe, and in Latin America, and some other parts of the world, they are applying Coursera in different directions for based on their needs.
Absolutely. And so you're clearly very busy, and I can't let you go without telling us how you have taken advantage of the program yourself. What are you learning right now?
Actually, I have master degree in AI for public services from Madrid Milan Polytechnic University, but I thought that I have to listen to Andrew Ng's AI Essentials program. And I actually it was 4 6 weeks program. I finished it in one day because it was very nice, very straightforward, and I started to listen the program and passed all the exam and gained certificate in essentials of AI. And it really defines that what is AI, what's the difference of different AI applications, how AI can be applied in different fields. And I'm promoting in, and now I'm planning to take some other courses as well from like cloud computing, VR technologies, and some programs from Stanford University and etc. So this is very important platform, and it gives a real time practice and knowledge.
Once a learner, always a learner. That was enlightening. I deeply appreciate Paris for sharing so generously your knowledge and the models, new ideas, and insights with us. What you're doing is an example for the whole world, and it just I knew about this example, but hearing the expanse and the breadth and depth of the program is really impressive. Thank you for doing that, and for the audience, you can learn more about the centers for the fourth industrial revolution across the globe by visiting weforum.com. And if you enjoyed this episode of the Coursera podcast, please rate, review, and share. Until next time, I'm Arunav Sinha. Thank you for tuning in. And thanks a lot, Faris.
Thank you so much. Thank you.